Hi, this is RJ Williams with Think Tank Products, aka the Pitchman. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about how to pull people into your area, into your booth. We're talking about a 10 by 10 booth. Sometimes you have a corner, but not always. A lot of times it's in line. Most people make the mistake of, one, asking people how they're doing, and then the person responds with, I'm doing fine, and then they ask you how you're doing, and you respond with, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. By that time, they've already passed your booth. It's a lot easier to grab them earlier when they're just first looking at your booth, which is usually about 20 feet out, instead of when they're right in front of you. Ask a direct question, make a one-liner joke, do something, use one of the tools that I'm going to give you now. You already have these tools, but I'm going to kind of categorize them and let you know what's in your toolkit and what you have available to you. And if you're not using one, then you at least need to use one, if not two, every time you want to pull someone in. There's a lot of attention grabbers. There's a lot of techniques. So first of all, make sure that you address them 20 feet out when their eyes first look at your booth and they see your signage and they see your setup and they see you and they see your energy. Whether or not you're interacting with someone in front of you or not, your peripheral vision, you should see when people are looking at your booth, and at that point, that's when you grab them. You don't even have to say anything to them. You just have to invite them. They want to be noticed. They want to know that you notice them, because not many people do. Most people call out to everyone. Maybe if they're selling a product, hey, I've got a new product. Anybody want to come see it? Come check it out. Or they just don't have the confidence to interact with someone because of that fear of rejection. Get over it. Everybody gets rejected in the sales world a lot because not everyone is on the market for your product. So call out to everyone, whether it's a compliment, whether it's a one-liner joke. All these things can pull people in. Everyone wants to be noticed and they all want to put off some unique vibe. People want to put off some kind of an energy that says, well, I'm young, or I'm tough, or I'm cool, or I'm conservative, whatever their thing is they want to put off. A lot of times it's obvious what they're trying to be, but they don't necessarily accomplish it. So somebody's trying to they're trying to be tough and they dress really tough, and they're not really tough though. You can tell with their energy, they're not tough. So give them a compliment if they're tough, or maybe they work out a lot. So you can give them a compliment about that. You can tell they're trying. They want to be noticed for that. Most people won't notice those things. If someone has a nice pair of shoes or a nice outfit or something funny, maybe somebody's hair, these things are easy to comment on. And if you have a cool energy and a good confidence about you, you can make a comment about whatever's going on, whatever they're wearing, whatever they're doing. Whether it's kids, you can say, oh, we've got free parking for the strollers. I mean, anything that you can say that gets you personal with them, even if it's just a look that says, hey, come on in. Everyone needs to be addressed in some way. If you address them personally, they have to say yes or no. It's rude. Well, it's not rude. They can say no, but it is more comfortable for them to do what you're asking than it is for them to say no, thank you. It's also a lot easier to bring them in when their momentum is coming towards you, to have them just kind of swing off like a pit stop or an exit, a pause, as opposed to trying to bring them in after they've already passed you. So that's why we say don't salutate, don't ask them how they're doing, don't do those things that are time wasters. You want to go right to the point. So jump right on it, address them personally. You have a few hooks, okay? You have a few tools to bring people in. One of them is the hook. Another one is humor, which we've already discussed. And make sure it's 20 feet out, not when it's right in front of you, so you have time to use these tools. So your hook can be how you dress. It can be your voice. Maybe you have, I saw someone a couple years ago who had a fire bell. It had nothing to do with his product, but he just rang the fire bell and he said, the fireman says to come over, whatever he said. It was just a hook. It was something that people forget about after 3 seconds. Doesn't matter if you're giving them an item or you're saying something funny or you have a funny hat. Get a hook, something that differentiates you from people, and you have to be fun, you have to have that easygoing, but at the same time attractive energy. You want them to be curious about what's going on. You want to create a little bit of a buzz. These things are exponential. So if you have no one up at your booth and you're really desperate, then you're going to continue being that way. But if you have that confidence and you have a lot of people up there, more people will come up. And that's why when you first start out with nobody in front of your booth, it's the hardest to build up a little bit of a crowd. But once you have a crowd built up, you can maintain that for a while. So those are a few things that you need to know about bringing people in. Once again, use your humor, use compliments, use a hook, address them 20 feet out, and that should get you on a good foot to bringing people in. This is R.J. Williams, aka the Think Tank, or the Pitchman. You can see me on my blog. There's a lot more of these videos in my video series as well, and look for the book coming out in October. Thanks for tuning in.